Okay, today we're going to look at the Supertech ST10060 oil filter going against the OEM brand Acdelco PF64 oil filter. And these two are going to butt heads, and you can get these at Walmart. The Supertech for $2.97 and the Acdelco for $6.47. So let's get started. Except for it's supposed to, you got a Okay, let's start with the Acdelco. Let's see your date codes right here. Ooh, that's a lot of numbers. Product of USA. And I'll put those numbers in the description. You got a sticker on here. 8 inlet holes. And I can tell by this design that it's got the felt end caps, I'm pretty sure. And the nylon inner cage. It's got about 5 grooves here for the threads. It's got a lot of threads. And the O-ring. You got these little things here, but it comes off fairly easy though. So yeah. Now let's try the Walmart Supertech here. And what's this one say? Oh, upside down. This one's also product of USA, and that has a bunch of numbers too. I'll put it in the description. This also has a sticker. 8 inlet holes. And looks like it's got the same amount of threads. Basically, it looks the same, pretty much. We're going to compare them, but let me see what this... Yeah, see, this is a little different design. It's just all rounded here. But it comes off... Yeah, they come off about the same. Yeah, so I'd say this design here, it's got the felt end caps also, with what looks like a bypass valve down below. Let's compare these guys. Look, they look pretty identical here, except for the base plate. There's a little, the inlet holes are the same and everything, but a little difference. You can see the bypass valve is different down below. Well, you know what? Let's cut these babies open and we'll see what they look like inside. Okay, let's start with this Acdelco. By the way, these filters are both for the same vehicles. They fit the Chevy Malibus, I believe the 4 cylinders. And 7.9 ounces for the Acdelco. The Supertech, 6.7 ounces. And I was wrong about both these filters. I'll show you in a minute. But get the base plate here. 4 ounces. And this base plate's kind of unique. It's got a lot of holes here. You know, it's got 8 here for inlet holes, but then it's got scattered all around. So it's actually pretty nice, and it's well made. Feels well made. You get your rubber anti-drain back valve. Pretty sure this is nitro rubber. And I was wrong about this. You got metal end caps. I thought they were going to be felt, but they're metal. I counted 65 pleats. There's a glued seam, and they're nicely spaced, no excess glue. Nice looking filter. The filtration numbers were like 98%, for 25 to 30 microns, or a micron rating of 30. And it has a cellulose media. Let's get the width of this. I mean, the measurement of this can first. Let's get about 0.43. I have a high spot there. Yeah, 0.3. It's about 0.3, 0.4. And let's see, let's zero this up inches. Hmm. 1.58. 2.53. 2.12. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice little filter. I like this. Here's your bypass valve, which is, this is a pretty wide one. So I mean, I like these. These ain't too bad. You know, it's the narrow ones that are like, you know, little slits that could collapse fairly easy. But this is pretty wide. I mean, they actually should make them all the way around and maybe just put a couple holes in them. That would be even better, but I don't know what the setting is for this. I couldn't find out what it is, but maybe if somebody knows, put it in the comments. Okay, and let's look at the Supertech. See what the base plate weighs. 4.1, well, no, take that off. 3.8 ounces. And this one also, this one has an upper bypass valve. That's why it's got all these holes here and here. I'm pretty sure this has an upper bypass valve. This works as the bypass valve somehow. But I'm going to tell you something about this filter you'll see in a second. This is why I don't like, well, let me talk more about this thing. This base plate here is pretty good. There's nothing wrong with this base plate. And, you know, this is rubber, which silicone is better, but it is what it is. It's only a $3 filter. But this, folks, I'm telling you, this is what happened when I cut this open and then I pulled this apart, and look what happened. It wasn't even glued. This is why I don't like these kind of filters. And I'm not pulling anybody's leg here or anything. This was not glued at all. But you can tell looking at it. Look at this. How can they put this together like that? This was not glued. You can tell it. I didn't rip this apart or anything. Just like that. Now, would you want to put this in your car, folks? Would you want to really put this in your car? I would. I don't see how they can make a filter like this. This filter is total garbage. I mean, I'm gonna go through and show you all the specs on this, but this filter is garbage if you ask me. Never would I ever put one of these in a vehicle. All right, well, I'll stop. I got kind of mad because I can't see something. Why didn't they make something like that? I mean, it's unreal. It's just unreal. All right, well, anyways, this one also has the same amount of pleats, 65 pleats, and a filter meter that looks identical. We'll stretch them out and, you know, see what they are. But see, there's no bypass valve here. So I'm thinking this works as a bypass valve. How? You don't even need this as a bypass valve because you got one right here. Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And look, I just go like this. I'll cut this right off. Look at this. So you can tell this one, look at this one is like, at least it's kind of showing a little bit. Look at, you know what it is? I can tell you what it is right now. Look at this. This is a double layer. This is two. I didn't look at this closely before, but look at this. There's two stuck to one here. 2 in 1. That's probably why. But still, you know, when they're making stuff like that, do you really want to use a filter like this? No way. All right, well, let's get some measurements. Getting kind of mad at this filter. Even though it can't do nothing to me, I mean. All right, let me get the can here. Oh, I know it's not that thick. It's about 0.3. Yeah, the cans are probably similar. Same thing. And we'll get this in inches. I can't really do it the way I normally do with the end there, so I'll kind of judge it by eye. 2.1. Yeah, it can't really do anything else. I'm sure they're both the same. Let me see. Watch. Well, you got the can here. It's the end cap, so. But yeah, they look about the same. Oh, there you go, folks. Look at that. All right, let me cut these, stretch them all the way out, and we'll take a look at them, see if they're the same. They're probably the same, but who knows? Maybe they're not. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so here they are laid out, and the Supertech is 44 inches long, and the Acdelco is 10 inches longer at 54 inches. Okay, so here they are laid out, and here's the seams. And they weren't exactly the same. I thought they were the same. They had the same amount of pleats, but you can see the seams ended up in different places. And the Acdelco is longer than the Supertech by 10 inches. The reason it looks narrower, you're probably saying, oh, it's narrower. The only reason that is because you lose about a ½ inch with these end caps. You know, the filter media goes inside of them. Whereas with these non-filters, with these non-filter filters, you don't lose any media because, you know, it just comes off. So that's why the Acdelco is narrower. But back to the filtration on these guys, the Supertech is supposed to be made out of a natural and synthetic media. And this is their numbers on their website. It's 99% filtering efficiency, and it's good for 10,000 miles, which, you know, that's their numbers. The Acdelco is supposed to be a cellulose media, and it doesn't tell you how long it's good for. I really didn't dig too deep into it, but on their website, you know, they had it at a micron as low as 30 microns. That's what it said. So out of these two filters, I pick this one by far. The only thing I see that I don't really care for, I like this base plate. This is really nice because see the oil, you know, the oil coming out all over. That would be good. That's a good thing, actually. But you know, it's just the rubber anti-drag back valve. But if you're doing short OCIs, like say if you're doing 5,000 miles, these are fine. I've only seen one that was really bad on my brother's truck. Actually, I'll put a link down below, where he overheated his vehicle, I guess, a couple times, and this thing was so brittle afterwards. I took this, I gave him an oil change, and this thing was really brittle. You'll see it in a video. I'll link it down below. And you know, the bypass valve here is these are, you know, I like the coil springs better, but at least if you got a wide one like this one is, this is a nice wide one, there's less chance of this actually collapsing. I mean, I can bend this. Let's see, watch. See how I bent it? But you know, that took a lot of pressure. I think, you know, it's gonna go. This is gonna open, I think, before that collapses like that. But I have seen them collapse. It says because these things are, you know, they're pretty bendable. See, I've seen, you know, the other kind, like when they're slit like this, they're narrow, like, you know what I mean, narrow piece of metal like that. Those kind, definitely avoid those. What they should do, I think, is, you know, they should go around in a circle maybe and just put like maybe a hole, little holes every once in a while, kind of like, you know, kind of like they do with the, you know, with a cage here or something, or the metal inner cores, just so it wouldn't collapse. Because I'm sure they don't collapse that often, but sometimes you get some, you know, in the wintertime, your oil gets really thick and doesn't want to flow too easy, at least up here in the north. You guys down south, it doesn't matter, but for us northerners. Hey, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, don't forget about Oil Filter Friday. I open up a new automotive oil filter every Friday on this YouTube channel. Hey, so if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and take care.